Alright, so I want to give you a close look at the designer templates that are included in the August Kiwi Club kit. A lot of fun things to play with, and you definitely have some large, medium, small, and a couple layering pieces as well. Now I specifically want to show you these fun designs here that work together, similar to our ring set, if you're familiar with that one. But they all are able to be placed inside of each other like you see. So, which allows you to use them as more of this ring look, or you can use them full, like you can use them as a full design. Now they do place inside of each other, and really quickly I want to show you, if I was tracing this out of my paper, I simply would just take whatever paper, right, that I want to trace that out of. You would line it up and you would trace out the size. If you were going with large, you'd go with large. Maybe you want the medium size, right? And you could fit a couple on a 12 by 12 sheet as well. But basically what you're gonna do is you're going to trace out the pieces that you want. And so, for example, I'm going to line this up, and then I'm gonna trace just the outside edge of this design. Now, this makes a really fun flower effect, cloud effect, or just a simple pop of color on your page. So for me, if I wanted to just keep it as a full on shape, then all I would do is trace the outside edge only, okay? If you want to trace out to give it more of that ring effect, like you see here, then you would trace the inside as well. Okay, so then you would just trace the inside. If you're doing multiple on a design and you choose to do it as a ring, and not as just a full, then you would also take the next one, place it inside, and then do the same thing and trace them all out at the same time. And then when you go to cut them out, you'll cut them all out at the same time as well, right? So you would do that, and then you would trace the next one, and so forth, okay? Then once you go to cut it out, basically you're just gonna follow that outside. I always recommend detaching it first. So you're going to detach that from your sheet of paper, okay, all the way. Now on this design, you do need to slow down your cuts just a little bit, but I promise it's so worth it. That the effect that it gives to your projects is a really fun, unique design. So just simply follow that line, and I just recommend, you know, slowing your cuts down just a little, and then taking your time on that. And you're just going to want to follow, you know, guide it with your left hand, and then kind of move the scissors back and forth in your right hand, or if you're left-handed, whatever one, right? Okay, so you just keep doing that, and so you can see how you really need to slow down those cuts. And it's going to take you, I don't know, you know, maybe a good minute to cut out the design. Like I said, it's a really fun effect on your projects, so I hope that you have a lot of fun with it. Now, one other thing I wanted to point out is that if you are going to cut it out of a ring, okay, so we can keep it just as a full design. Say I didn't trace this out in the middle, right? Well, then just use this on your page. How cute would that be? You don't have to use them as a circle. You can just use them like this, and you could even have a couple collaged together and do your pictures, and that could be so cute. Now, if you want to use them as rings, like you see on this one, then what I always recommend is to just snip right in, like you see here. So I would snip into my design, and then I would start my cut, right? So then you would start the inside cut, like so. So that's really simple, easy way to trace out the inside to make them more of the ring design. And then when I go to, usually when I design with the ring mindset, then I just always kind of plan to have something hiding where I snipped in. Whether that's a picture, a design, a little embellishment, you can have a little brad, whatever you want to do, a strip of paper, it simplifies it. Now, of course, if you want, you can always do an X-Acto knife, but this allows you, by snipping it in, it allows you to keep going. So I would do the next row, And then if I had that third one, then it's really easy to get in and cut that third one. So very efficient use of your paper because you're cutting them all out of the centers of each other, right? So isn't that just so cute? I love it. It's so much fun. Now, one other thing I wanted to point out about these designer templates is that when you are tracing them out together, a tip to, like, right when you're trying to figure out how to place this in, just line it up so where the printing of the word is, the name of the template is, they're gonna all line up together. So you see how on this one you're like, how do I get this to go in so I can trace this out? Just take the words and match them up right there, and then this should fit right in there. And then this one just goes straight in the center, like so.